guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a review and demo of the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. There have been mixed reviews about this palette, being that the mattes are inconsistent, the metallic pressed shades are hard to work with. It does say that using your finger will yield better results than using a brush, and if you find that to be inconvenient, I totally understand. But fingers do yield better results than a brush for sure, and as you will see when I apply. You will get 18 shadows for $65, and each pan weighs in about 0.035 ounces, making it a total net worth of 0.63 ounces. You are getting a lot of products and you are getting a wide range in terms of texture. So you have your metal textured shadows, your two pearlized finishes, which is, where is the other one? Oh, these two here, Angelic and Moon Dust, your pressed metal shades, and the matte shades. And of course, I'm sure one of the main criticisms is that the packaging is a little bit on the flimsy side. It is cardboard, but you see this cover here is plastic. It's not like flimsy plastic. It has some structure to it, but most eyeshadow palettes do have a mirror, so you will need one if you take this on the road with you. So this you cannot rely on for a mirror. Other than that, I just love the metallic. I mean, look how pretty that is. Oh, my lashes are in the way. That is such a pretty finish of color. So I mainly just do my eyes and I fast forward through the complexion part just so you can see how the eyeshadows perform. And along with the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, I also showcase the products that came in the Ipsy bag this month. I love the nail polish that came in. This is their, where did it go? This is from Formula X in the shade Huntress. It's such a beautiful metallic green shade. I mean, look at that shine. It looks almost foiled. So I'm definitely applying this again when it starts to chip, because it will. If you want to see how I got this look using the Huda Beauty Rose Gold eyeshadow palette, then keep on watching. I'm going in with the eyes first, and I had already drawn in my brows with the Benefit Goof Proof Pencil in 6. First priming with Urban Decay's Eye Primer Potion in Enigma. Now to set the primer, I'm going to use the shade Bay with a Morphe E30 brush. Setting the primer because it is a little sticky, so to make sure any shadows that are applied after don't apply patchy but very smoothly. Now with the Morphe E27, I'm going in the color Sandalwood, which is, I find, a beautiful transition shade, and it's the first one I dip into when starting my eye look. And I carefully just start to blend that into my crease. Now with a smaller crease brush, this is the Morphe E17, I'm going to go in Henna, which is a warmer shade, just under the Sandalwood shade to build up the definition. And I really love the colors in this palette. They're warm, they match very well to my skin tone. Now going in with Cocoa with the same smaller crease brush, I'm going to hit the outside of my crease and define that even further. I just start right at the end here, and I like using circular motions so it diffuses out and doesn't appear patchy. With the E27 with the Sandalwood shade, I'm just blending out the edges of the Cocoa shade. And I think just to add a little more and just to see how the black performs, Black Truffle with the same small crease brush, the same E17, very lightly I'm going to take that low on my crease and just make sure I hit just the corner. And maybe it's because I already applied the black after I applied like 3 shadows, but it blends out I think, well, and probably maybe if I try again in another tutorial, or maybe I'll mention it when I'm on here again, if I apply the black truffle on its own, perhaps it will show up as patchy. But on shadow, when you build the color, it blends out pretty well. Without fail, this eye always comes out differently than this eye. I don't know why. I always try to make them even, and never, ever do they come out even. Alright, now for the fun part, going into the pressed metal shadows. I guess one of the main criticisms about this palette was the fact that using a brush on these was not going to work. Best applied with your finger, and people feel a certain way, I guess, using their fingers as opposed to using a tool, because maybe it makes the palette more contaminated on its way to faster contamination. But I think if you're using it for yourself or someone doesn't mind, I guess is okay. I'm going into rose gold, which is a beautiful color. So once you press in, you see it kind of like it goes on there very well. And there is fallout once you start going in on your lid. So you'll see just a little bit. Just go into my lid with that pigment. You just have to really work it in there. And I'm using pressing motions, not swiping, or else it will get all over. And then with Blessed, I'm going in with this color more towards the inner corner of my eye. And with the same small crease brush, I'm just carefully dusting away any of the metal pigment that came on the matte shadows. So I didn't think too bad in applying that. And again, make sure you use pressing motions when applying so it's not a total catastrophe on your face. There's something oddly satisfying about applying with my finger. It's like you're just getting that pigment on there, you're pressing it, and look how it turns out. I like it, but I get if you're not a fan. I totally understand. And it probably helps that I have like baby fingers, so I don't have any trouble in applying the shadow on my lid. If you have really long nails, I could totally see why you're like, F this is stupid. But for all my small baby finger owners out there, you'll be just fine. With my pinky, I am going to use Moon Dust, which is one out of their 2 pearlized eyeshadows, and hitting that more like on the actual inner corner. It's such a pretty shade. Look at that. Very beautiful, golden, lovely inner corner shade. I am such a fan of this Moon Dust shade. And you could apply it with the brush, but I typically apply my inner corners with a pinky, which is sometimes not the best idea because it just spreads out too far, but given that this color is nice and golden, it's not hurting me too much. Since we did our eyes, I'm going to fast forward through my face routine and meet you at the lower lash line. Taking a pit stop to showcase one of the Ipsy bag products. This is from Ophir Cosmetics, their banana highlighting powder. It just comes as the pan. I'm taking a Dose of Colors brush. This is their setting powder. I'm just gonna see, whoa, it's a lot of kickback. I'm gonna take that under my eye just to further, and also under the contour to further cut out those highlighting parts. And also to my forehead, just to bring back some light there from my over bronzing. Very pretty, very light. I mean, you see right now it's like, woo! Okay, now since we finished the face, we're going to build up the lower lash line with the same palette. I'm gonna use two color pop cream gel liner pencils. The darker color is in Call Me, and the metallic-y penny copper shade is in It Rubbed Off. I will put that name down below in the description box. Sorry! First, taking the darker color to the waterline as well as the actual lash line on the outer half. And then I take the metallic copper shade to the inner. Now with the Morphe E36 with the cocoa shade, I'm going to smoke out that cream gel liner. I just realized I wanted to use a different color. So we're gonna go with Bossy. I'm just gonna go over what I just applied. The more the better. And to give it some more body, I'm going in with the smaller crease brush E17 with the henna shade lightly at the corner of the brush to blend out the darker shades we applied on the cream liner. And I think I want to go in with Cocoa and Black Truffle with the small pencil brush just to deepen the outer corner portion of the eyes and to make more of a V here outside the corner. I'm feeling very winged today, so I think I'm going to apply one using the Kat Von D Trooper tattoo liner. I should use a pot because of the texture of the metal shadows, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so fine, this one's a little thicker, this one's a little thinner. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Also from Ipsy, the Mad Lash Black Mascara from The Balm. Ooh, is a spiky curved wand applicator. Oh yeah, that's super black. I mean, it definitely blackens them up. I'm generally not a fan of spiky brushes. Some people are because they comb out the lashes well, but I feel like I don't like so much separation. For lashes, I'm applying Lily Ghalichi Style in NYC. And staying within the Huda Beauty theme, I'm going in with her lip contour set with the shades Bombshell and Trendsetter. I'm cheating a little and using her liquid matte color in Venus just to brighten up the center of my lips. And that's the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this gave you some insight about the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. There's so many mixed reviews out there, and I just thought maybe I put out my own experience using this palette. I think it to be a great one. I know there's some qualms about it, using your fingers instead of a brush for the metal shades and some inconsistencies with the matte shades. Overall though, I love the eye look. I love the metallized finish on my lid. It just adds a really nice dimension to the look. And I love how the mattes blend. I love the shine factor again of the metal pigments. So I am a fan of this palette, and I know it's expensive, again $65 for 18 shades, so you are getting a lot of eyeshadow here with a lot of different hues, a lot of different finishes. So if there is one palette out of like the gazillion palettes that are out right now for the holiday season, I think this is one of my top picks, because I also have tried the Makeup Forever palette, and I have also the Mario and Anastasia collab, which is another one of my favorites. But I just love the metals here. I feel like you can do so much with it and have a lot of fun with different eye looks, and the tones of these shadows are one of my favorite, being that they're warm, golden, rose golden. So I like it. If you have tried the Huda Beauty palette, love it, hate it, let me know down below your experience with it and we'll chat about it. And I'm really sorry if I haven't answered a lot of your comments. YouTube does this thing where I reply to comments and it won't let me post. So if you know anything about that, let me know, because I'm trying to answer everyone, and every time I do it's like, no, you can't post. I'm like, why not? I want to say something. So until next time everyone, thank you again for your support, and I'll see you on here for the next video.